very easy to change a child at a young age because they're growing through a huge amount of growth.
Orthotain's Healthy Start lecture series starts with 2 full days of continuing education lectures conducted by Dr. Bergeson and others. The beauty of the Austin Hill Country has always attracted a holistically sophisticated mindset with a natural approach to health and lifestyle, one without compromise.
This is very health conscious driven, highly educated. This is, you gotta remember, you're in a West Coast town here. Austin, Texas is a West Coast town, and it just happens to be in Central Texas.
Parents are looking for the best answers, and this is where the process begins.
This is the wisest thing that we can do for our kids. So please, Dr. Bergeson, please come on up and share the stories of the parents.
There are young children that sleep with their mouth open at night, and their head is tipped back, their muscles relax, their jaw slips back, and so does the tongue. And it closes up the airway that brings oxygen into the lungs. And if a child opens their mouth a half inch, it closes the airway up almost 6 millimeters. Well, a child at 7 years of age has an airway of about 7 millimeters wide. It's about as wide as their little finger. That cuts the air down that's going into their lungs. And so they're oxygen depleted. And so we find that children that mouth breathe at night while they sleep, 60% of them have 4 or more symptoms of sleep deprivation. And 90% of children have 1 or more symptoms.
That the airway is compromised. They're not breathing properly. They're breathing through their mouth rather than their nose. If they're not swallowing properly, the tongue isn't resting in the right place, so it's laying low and it encourages mouth breathing. Those are some things we can address, and we see that the behaviors associated with ADD and ADHD and maybe the lack of focusing, hyperactivity seem to disappear. So that's what our goal is basically let's get our children as healthy as we possibly can by addressing these dental conditions and see which symptoms basically alleviate themselves. Obviously, they don't know anything different. So when you hear older people kind of explaining what that symptom was like, we kind of gain a little bit more of an insight on what our children might be enduring that we have no idea.
She's 11 and she's had dark circles ever since she was 2 years old. Doesn't sleep, acts up. I'm sitting here like listening and I'm like, oh wow, that's Abby right there.
The last element is a family day clinic to assess the children and create a treatment plan.
Now, his upper teeth are slightly lingually clogged.
That's right.
And so we could improve that by putting a couple of cleats behind the 4 teeth and tip them forward. And that'll allow his jaw to come forward a little bit further, and he'll reduce the lip situation and lengthen the face. So that applies.
Michael, your dad.
Yes.
And tell me, how did you learn about this? And
So a YouTube video online which described a boy, but basically he was having some issues in school, and he went through this dental program, and at the end of this program it had seemed to make a large difference in how he performed in school. So we figured, you know what, we want to get off of any type of medication and try to do this the natural way.
At age I was 14.
How about length of time stopping breathing? Was it more than 4 seconds at a time?
It was between 6 to 12.
It was. And how many times an hour do you think?
About 14 times per hour.
He's got sleep apnea. So if you try breathing through a little coffee straw, try breathing through that for 5 minutes.
I can imagine.
And that's what he is faced with
Yeah.
all day long. Because that's his airway space, is to get her corrected so that by the time she starts first grade, she doesn't have a lot of these things. This is going to allow these teeth to come in and the fibers form, and then it makes them stay straight. We have a little appliance that is called a habit corrector, but it will convert her mouth breathing to nasal breathing. That mouth breathing allows the jaw to go back, and it can close the airway almost 6 millimeters. Her airway is the size of her little finger, which is about maybe 10 millimeters. If you see if that closes 6, she's got an airway that's very narrow at night. and it doesn't allow as much oxygen to go down in her system. That affects all these other things, and as I told you, it does not allow the brain to clear out the toxins during the night.
Give me 5. You're like a pro.
Can you wrap your lips around? It's a lot, isn't it? But you'll feel it, see? Is it squishy? Is it soft? So it's easy. See how simple that was? Do you know how many kids have been using this? About 3 million kids.
Exactly. We're going to put the lip bumper in, and these are those Gurin locks.
There is often a hands-on training that is invaluable in practice, coming directly from the orthodontist that invented the treatment.
Already.
That's perfect. That's
Is
good.
that perfect?
Yeah.
Okay.
You took off the glasses and started making a face. Wow.
Good job. You want to see your teeth on the camera? Yeah. Come on over. Those are your teeth. What's your smile? Want to see our brothers? You're next, buddy.
It works so well. My own daughter, my daughter's 31 years old now. Put her in this thing from age 5 or 6, and I shoved her all the way through till age about 12.
Pick out the monkey. So you're sure what you got?
Got the monkey
Why'd you pick the monkey?
because it has a funny face.
Because he's awesome.
I love it.
Okay, you want to slip that in? See what you think of it. Slip it in your mouth. See what you think.
Slip it
Want to try?
Yeah, try it out.
So those little
ones.
This one will go on the bottom. Yep. Very good. You put your lips over it. Yeah.
Takes a minute to get the feel of it over your, yeah.
Now let's see that smile.
There we go.
I wish that this had come out a lot earlier, so that way, myself, I could have maybe avoided 5+ years of braces and retainers. Well, maybe I would have done a few points better on the SATs, things of that sort. That anything that would help a child. You want to give your child as much advantage as possible, and also have them be healthy, so in life that they can live long and also take care of their kids and the next generations to come.
HealthyStart is the gift of a lifetime. The lecture series educates the community with a proactive, natural, drug-free solution to open airways and straight teeth without braces for a lifetime of better health.
Well, for airway. Okay. For airway. Just learned that. That's worse.
Okay, who learned about HealthyStart? Grandma, how did you learn about it?
My boss where I work, who is a patient of Dr. Sanford's, and he sent it out because he thought the women or the men who had children in his group would be interested in that. And so he sent it out to me, and I couldn't make it on Thursday night to People Pharmacy. So when I called, then they said, well, why don't you come in on Saturday?